Alright, I got one hell of a video for you today. This video has taken me a very long time to make because it's a very complicated idea for me to relay, and so I've literally had to sit down and figure out how to articulate the material, because the big thing, and I had to compress it, how to articulate it in a way that makes sense and I don't sound like a crazy person, right? So before I start, just know you don't have to watch this video, you could just listen to it. Nothing's gonna pop up, it's all words. So, let's get started. I have recently found true and absolute happiness within myself. What? Yeah. I realized recently that I am truly happy. Which is weird because I've always thought that happiness came from success or having a family or having, wealth, women, cars, nice houses, all of these things. I felt like when I got those things, then I'd be happy. But now I have it. Before that, in the process of trying to get those things, and it's not what you think it is so much greater. It is almost like a constant state of bliss and euphoria and compassion and love, and it's every day, it's constant. It's pretty amazing. Now I know what you're thinking. Okay, cool, you're happy, congrats. What's the why do I care? And the reason I'm telling you is because once you're in this state, because it's essentially a state of being, it's a different state of consciousness. Once you're here, you realize that anyone can be here. Anyone. This is not exclusive to me. I am not special in any way for me to have this. In fact, I've done nothing, like I said, I've done nothing goal-wise, I haven't reached it yet for me to get happy. And so when I realized I was happy, I noticed that no one else around me, in fact, I would be so bold to say that no one I've ever met in my life is happy. Nobody. Not my mom, not my friends, not my friends' parents, not my friends at the gym, nobody. Absolutely none. And it's crazy to think about. It's just like, what the fuck? How is this possible? And it's a lot of things. It's a whole shit ton of things. And the reason I'm telling you is because once you have it, you feel like there's a great responsibility for me to impart the idea to you. Because I've seen that no one else is happy, I've already started, like with my mom, I've already started the process with her to try to reach it, because it's a very long, it's a very difficult, very time-intensive process. There's a lot of things that go on with it. And so I can't help everybody. I can sure as hell help the circle around me, the people that I care about me, my close friends, but I can't help everyone. And so hopefully the point of this video, this is more like an intro, this video and the future videos that I told you I was going to do about spiritual and mental health, they're all pretty much connected. Spiritual and mental health are pretty much the same thing. My goal is, hopefully, that it reaches at least one of you. Just one. And it leads you to that path of happiness. Because it's great. Everyone should be here. Honestly, if everyone was happy, there would be no, which is insane to say, there would be no hate or war or rage or jealousy. It wouldn't exist. So how did I get here? What happened? Like I said before, my life, let me describe to you my life on paper. I'm 5K in debt. I'm almost 28 next month. I still live with my mom. I haven't reached any of the goals that I've set out for myself. I mean, in the process of doing it, but I haven't reached them yet. I don't have the goal physique that I want. I've been single for a very long time. All of that, when I think about it, I don't know about you, when I think about it, it sounds like I shouldn't be happy. There's a lot going on there. So how did this happen? How did I get here? And it's a multitude of things. It's a shit ton of stuff that led to this point. And I think I'm just gonna go briefly over the things. I'm gonna do another video where I talk about it all in detail, because I could literally stand here and look at this and talk for hours on this. Hours. But if I did that, my ideas would be here and then here and then here and then here, and then be like, what? It would overwhelm you, and it just wouldn't make sense, because it's all over the place. It's too much. So I really need to, for the future videos, I need to sit down and plan it out like I did with this one, because this one, I tell you, was really difficult to make. So how did I get here? A lot of things. If I had to give you like a list, it's I'm following my dreams, essentially. I'm doing what I love. I constantly have changes in perspective. So, good example is I used to live with my mom, right? And then I moved, and I moved into a different area, a more affluent area, and everyone there was different. So I learned about them and how they think compared to people in my area, and just really pretty much a lot of the interpersonal conversations and relationships that I've had have changed my perspective about things. Because we all think a certain way, and it's hard for you to think, like we can both see a painting and be like, this is A, but then someone else will look at the same painting and be like, no, this is actually B, right? And so now you're like, maybe it is B. It's that change in perspective that I've constantly gone through my environment that's also helped me understand myself. I would say the biggest thing that will lead you to true happiness is fixing yourself. That's the biggest thing. I've had a lot of problems. A few serious ones, but a lot. Everyone has problems. Everyone. And the thing with problems, the hard thing is when you have a problem, you don't realize you have it. So it's hard to get out of it because you don't know you're in it. So that was the biggest catalyst for all of this, is really sitting down and figuring out my problems and resolving them. Because everything has a source, and the hard part is for you to find the source. That's a whole nother video. So I found the source of almost, for sure, the major problems I had. I still have minor problems. I mean, it's a constant game. It never ends. Like, I'm happy now, and it feels like I can be happy forever, but I know that if I engage in bad behavior, if I do certain things, that I can lose it. But I'm conscious enough to avoid those things, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm going off on a tangent now, so I'll try to compress it. Going back to the changes in perspective part, psychoactives, mushrooms, LSD, even ecstasy, and weed. Weed's psychoactive. All those things have also contributed to my changes in perception, and they help you think critically. That's a whole nother video that I'll have to get into, because they're great compounds. So essentially, I got here by fixing my problems, I would have to say. If I had to tell you one thing, is that. And you can't help other people until you help yourself. You can't fix other people until you're fixed. It's like once you understand yourself and you really understand yourself and you try to help someone else, it's so much more easier for you to relate to them, because you'll connect experiences or thoughts from your life to theirs. But that only happens if you really understand yourself and you've fixed a lot of your issues. That's easy to say, but it's hard in practice. There's a lot of things that can affect the process of getting happy. So, okay, I'm gonna wrap it up now because it's too many ideas and this is not one of those videos. Ultimately, happiness resides within yourself. It does not come from your family or friends or money or success or any of these things. It all comes from within you. And yes, your environment plays a role in it. Yes, your upbringing plays a role in it. Yes, all of these things outside of you play a role in it. But technically and ultimately, it comes from exclusively within you. And that's it. Some people have kids and they're like, oh, I'm finally happy. Some people find religion and they're like, okay, I'm finally happy. Some people, get that house they always wanted. Okay, I'm finally happy. And it's all momentary. It's because it's tied to something else. True happiness is within you. And if you are unhappy, it is your fault. That is the very first step into figuring all of this out. Once you realize that I am unhappy, I'm actually unhappy because of my own decisions, then it's so much easier for you to get out of these bad habits that you may have. So yeah, that's it. Shit. Not expecting that, were you? It's a fucking crazy video. I'm tired, mentally tired of just doing this. This is taking, I told you this before, it's taking me so much work to do it. But if I can help someone, at least one person, maybe ignite that spark, then perfect, great. I'll keep doing in-depth. This one kind of skimmed the surface on all the topics I intend to talk about for spiritual mental health. I'll have more in-depth stuff because this is already a long video and I've barely scratched the surface on everything. So look at my social media, buy my shit, or don't, whatever, I'm happy, asshole. So yeah, there's my social media, there's my website, buy my stuff, and I'll see you who knows when for another video.